Ian Garry versus
Islam Makhachev
in Philadelphia. Yes. What are we thinking here?
Ian's going to get smoked by Islam.
I think it's easy like that.
Yes, I do. And luckily, Ilya lost, so they're not going to try to make that super fight, because if Ilya would have won, Islam would win. The division would be held up even longer than it's already been and going to be. I'm hoping that Islam does his thing, and if he's going to stay around, quick turnaround or retire.
This guy's good everywhere.
Good everywhere.
I think it's sniper, man. He can strike, he can wrestle, and if he gets you to the ground, oh my God, he's good everywhere, man.
You know, what he has, Ian's got going against him is that he's got Islam Makhachev on the other side, who happens to be the guy that can stand with him, who happens to be the guy that can take him down. Where that's what I want to see. I know Islam can stand with Ian, but can Ian last on the ground with us? I don't know. Maybe yes. But one thing's for sure, it doesn't matter, because Islam prepares for everything. He's well-rounded, everything. You know, remember all the interviews I do with you guys, I say we can decide to Islam how he fights. Well, it's the same thing. Nothing's changed. We don't go in there fighting Ian a certain way. We have to fight him a certain way. No.
I don't know him very well. People saying like he has a good takedown defense. So because I know everything in my division, but I don't know a lot of people in 170, so I cannot say. But like Islam, right now he's the best, so it's a little bit hard to beat him.
The bottom line about Islam is no one's able to get away from him. Very good standing up now, and he gets a hold of you, you're a Phil. He has a different kind of wrestling. His submissions are fucking insane too. He's just got a vice grip, man.
I know.
Nearly every UFC legend is making the same prediction ahead of this massive showdown. The overwhelming belief is that Islam Makhachev's elite wrestling, relentless pressure, and championship experience make him the clear favorite. Many experts believe Ian Garry has the talent, but not the complete skill set needed to stop Islam. Could they all be right? Or is the MMA world about to witness one of the biggest upsets in UFC history? Let's find out what the UFC legends had to say.
Will Islam be able to take down Ian Garry? Eventually. The question is not whether he can get him down. The question is how often, how quickly, and how long he can maintain that. Can he get him down? I think so. How much is he going to struggle for it, though?
Joe Rogan believes Islam Makhachev's striking is on another level, especially his damaging low kicks that slow opponents down early. He says Islam can take away an opponent's movement within the first round. Rogan also credits Khabib Nurmagomedov and the Dagestani training system for Islam's evolution. In his view, Islam's knockout of Alexander Volkanovski proved he is a complete MMA fighter.
Islam shut his game down right away. He low kick front leg real quick, had him limping real quick. Like within the first round, he had hit it 3 or 4 times. Bad.
I imagine being Khabib, you know, just your protege just coming in.
And Khabib's even better than him.
Right.
That's what's so crazy. That's how good those guys are. KOing people, man. It's different.
Yeah.
Josh Thompson believes Islam Makhachev will be the toughest test of Ian Garry's career. He says Garry cannot afford even a single mistake because one successful takedown from Islam could end the fight. Thompson points to Islam's dominant ground control as a major advantage, arguing that once he gets on top, escaping becomes extremely difficult. In his view, that is why Islam enters the matchup as the clear favorite.
Islam Makhachev versus Ian Garry. What's your thoughts on that fight? I don't even think it's remotely close. Very easy matchup for Islam. Really? Dude, he's going to take Ian Garry down and that's it. That's the end of it. Like it's not even remotely close.
Really interesting.
Like genuinely, I don't think it's even a little bit close. Look what he did to JDM.
Yeah, but
JDM has better takedown defense than Ian does.
But Daniel Cormier believes Islam Makhachev is playing a smart psychological game ahead of the fight. He says Islam's comments are designed to challenge Ian Garry's ego and tempt him into fighting on Islam's terms. According to Cormier, that would play directly into the champion's strengths. In his view, Garry must stay disciplined and avoid getting drawn into the kind of fight Islam wants.
It's almost like Islam is challenging his ego. When you hear a guy like Garry speak about a specific round, finding happiness in that, not necessarily becoming the champion. Obviously, Ian Garry is going to be happy to become the UFC champion, but wanting to do it in a certain round, but then Islam saying he likes to run, almost challenging his ego. almost trying to goad Gary into fighting him the type of fight that would ultimately suit Islam better.
Georges St. Pierre believes the stylistic matchup favors Islam Makhachev. He says Islam has more paths to victory because of his well-rounded skill set and ability to adapt during a fight. Looking at the matchup objectively, Goose feels the odds lean in Islam's favor. In his view, that versatility makes Islam the favorite heading into the bout.
Because of the style, favors Makhachev probably. Because of the styles. I think Islam Makhachev have maybe more ways to win the fight. So if I'm just thinking rational, according to the odds, I think it favors Makhachev.
Sean Brady believes Islam Makhachev has a clear stylistic advantage over Ian Garry. He says Garry is tall and technical, but lacks the size and one punch power needed to keep Islam at range. Brady expects Islam to have little trouble securing takedowns and controlling the fight on the ground. In his view, the most likely outcome is an Islam Makhachev submission victory.
Yeah, I don't know, because Gary is tall, he's long, but he's not like a Morales where he's like big and strong as well. Like Ian's not putting guys out with one shot. He doesn't really have that capability. So I don't think it's going to be too hard for Islam to get him down. Like, yeah, Ian's definitely long, but Ian's tall, but his reach is only 74 inches. So it's not like he has a
like a crazy reach. Yeah.
Where it'd be a lot harder to get past his arms. I just think it's one-way traffic for Islam. I think he's going to get him down, and I think he will sub him.
Dustin Poirier says Islam Makhachev's submission game is unlike anything he has ever experienced. He explains that Islam's grip and choke mechanics are so unique that even experienced fighters struggle to defend them. Poirier believes this is a serious warning for Ian Garry, who could be in real danger if the fight reaches the ground. In his view, Garry must avoid Islam's grappling exchanges or risk being submitted.
He did it to me, he did it to Moicano. The way he grips it is different, and I've never felt that kind of squeeze. And the angle you need to get blood and air, it doesn't work the same the way he grips it. Like, so unless you're training this specific choke and getting out of it, it's like foreign, man. When he got me in there, I did what I would normally do to relieve some of the choke, and I was out, you know?
Jorge Masvidal believes Islam Makhachev's grappling is what separates him from everyone else. He says that once Islam gets a grip on your leg or wrist, escaping becomes incredibly difficult. Masvidal points to Islam's fight with Dustin Poirier as proof of how quickly he can turn a small opening into complete control. In his view, Ian Garry must avoid those positions if he wants a real chance to win.
Defense everywhere, he's solid. But Makhachev is Makhachev. If he gets, his fingers behind your leg, it's a problem to get him off, He could have just anything, just grabbing your wrist, and he makes it a problem. We saw in that with that Dustin fight, it was a close fight.
Ray Longo believes Islam Makhachev is the more complete fighter in every area of the game. However, he says Ian Garry's awkward style could still create challenges if he stays disciplined. Longo believes Garry's best chance is to keep getting back to his feet and gradually wear Islam down. Even so, he feels Islam enters the fight with the overall advantage.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, look, to further that, Islam 100% is the better fighter, like I think in all areas. But that's why, so I just think this kid's awkward. And like what you're saying, he has to break him down. That's what Garry has to do. He's got to keep getting back to his feet. Hopefully he's learned something from watching the tapes. He can get back to his feet, and he can wear the other guy down also.
Chael Sonnen believes Ian Garry has the skills to make the fight competitive, but he is not convinced that's enough to upset Islam Makhachev. He points to Garry's smart game plan against Shavkat Rakhmonov as evidence that he can challenge elite opponents. Even so, Sonnen says Islam is a special fighter with a unique skill set. In his view, Garry can make the fight interesting, but Islam remains the favorite.
Is it enough to say that Ian's gonna upset Islam? Boy, Islam's pretty special. I don't know that it is, but is it enough to make it interesting? It made it interesting when Ian took on Rakhmonov. Ian had a plan, and that fight wasn't boring. And that fight wasn't just about Rakhmonov chasing him down to try to get a hold of him.
Michael Bisping believes many fans are underestimating how competitive this fight could be. While he acknowledges that Islam Makhachev is the clear favorite because of his elite wrestling and overall skill set, he warns against overlooking Ian Garry's abilities. Bisping expects Garry to make Islam work harder than many people anticipate. Even so, he believes Islam's grappling gives him the edge and is likely to be the difference in the fight.
And I'm telling you right now, this fight for Islam Makhachev may be a lot harder than what people think. Given all of the accolades that Islam Makhachev has, it's easy to just dismiss Ian Garry and say, listen, he's got to just run right through him. Okay, you could send him to Dagestan or Georgia for 20 years and still forget all about it.
Send him 2-3 years Dagestan and forget.
Okay, because Islam Makhachev is the GOAT. He's going to take him down.
Kenny Florian believes the key to the fight is whether Islam Makhachev can close the distance and secure the clinch. He says that if Islam gets inside, he will likely take control of the fight. However, Florian also warns fans not to underestimate Ian Garry, praising his striking skills and saying he has the ability to hurt anyone. Even so, he believes Islam's grappling remains the biggest factor in the matchup.
Now, if Islam is able to get to that clinch and find a way to get on the inside, then, you know, I think he has his way with Ian Garry. But until then, it's going to be very interesting because do not sleep on Ian Garry. Yes, maybe he's not known for his power. Do I think he can knock out Makhachev? Yes, I do.
The MMA guru believes Ian Garry enters the fight as the clear underdog and is expected to lose against Islam Makhachev. He says a victory for Islam would further strengthen his legacy and could even spark serious conversations about his place among the greatest fighters of all time. While acknowledging Garry's talent, the MMA guru believes Islam's dominance makes him the overwhelming favorite heading into the matchup.
But there's an underdog there, and his name's Ian Garry. And he should lose. And Islam Makhachev's on this GOAT horizon. And man, if he wins this one, we may have to have some uncomfortable conversations about the GOAT list. We've heard it all before. He's in a caucus. He can't be beaten.
Big John McCarthy believes Islam Makhachev's grappling advantage could be the deciding factor in this fight. He says Islam can create situations where Ian Garry is forced into difficult positions, opening the door for a submission. McCarthy believes Garry's ground game is not at the same level as Islam's, giving the champion a major advantage if the fight goes to the mat.
I think once it hits the ground, he gets subbed pretty easily. He almost got subbed by Pratis. Do you not recall that? Pratis almost knocked him out. Pratis was almost submitted him as well. And I also think, and you should know this, I also think it's like, you're worried about what you're expecting.
Din Thomas believes Islam Makhachev will be able to take down anyone, including Ian Garry. He says the key is not avoiding the takedown completely, but how a fighter responds once they are on the ground. According to Thomas, surviving Islam's control, pressure, and submission attempts is the real challenge. In his view, getting taken down is only the beginning of the battle against Islam.
Yeah, when it comes to that, I think Islam's going to take everybody down. You have to anticipate he's going to get you down at least once. It's how you handle it once he gets you there. Do you let him dominate you? Do you let him beat you up? Do you let him get close to submissions? And so getting taken down is not as bad as we like to portray it. And the reason why we portray it so bad is because we're still in wrestling culture. And for a wrestler to get taken down, it's like the worst thing in the world.
Colby Covington picks Islam Makhachev to win, saying the champion has too many tools and a major grappling advantage. He believes Islam's strength, pressure, and control will create serious problems for Ian Garry. According to Colby, Islam's ability to secure takedowns and dominate positions will be the key factor. He expects the champion's complete skill set to be too much for Garry to handle.
You know, I think that he just has too many tools to win. He's just too strong, and his grappling is just going to be undeniable in that cage. He's going to take down that little cuck. The little cuck is going to be too busy worried about what his wife's doing with other men to worry about winning a world title. So, you know, I got my money on Islam. And hopefully one day, you know, he'll want to come over to RAF and get beat on the freestyle mat.
John Jones predicts Islam Makhachev to win against Ian Garry, mainly because of his elite wrestling background. He believes Islam's ability to decide whether the fight stays standing or goes to the ground is a huge advantage. Jones also praises Islam's strong team and preparation. While he has no personal bias toward either fighter, he expects Islam's skill set to be the deciding factor.
Yeah, Islam's going to fight against Ian Garry next, right? I assume that Islam's going to win that one just because of his wrestling pedigree. You know, to be able to dictate if the fight's going to be standing or on the ground, it's a great gift. Another guy with a strong team behind him, strong faith. I'm not rooting for anyone in that fight because I don't know either one of those guys on the personal level, but I'm assuming that Islam's gonna win.
Javier Mendez believes Ian Garry faces a difficult challenge because Islam Makhachev can compete with him both on the feet and on the ground. He says the biggest question is whether Ian can survive Islam's elite grappling if the fight goes to the mat. Mendez explains that Islam is a complete fighter who prepares for every situation and can adjust his style depending on the opponent. In his view, that versatility is what makes Islam so dangerous.
You know, what he has, Ian's got going against him is that he's got Islam Makhachev on the other side, who happens to be the guy that can stand with him, who happens to be the guy that can take him down. Where that's what I want to see. I know Islam can stand with Ian, but can Ian last on the ground with us? I don't know. Maybe yes. But one thing's for sure, it doesn't matter because Islam prepares for everything. He's well-rounded, everything. You know, remember all the interviews I do with you guys, I say we can decide to Islam how he fights. Well, it's the same thing. Nothing's changed. We don't go in there fighting Ian a certain way. We have to fight him a certain way. No.
Cain Velasquez believes Islam Makhachev will continue doing what he has always done win at the highest level. He says Islam has mastered every aspect of MMA, from technique to fight preparation. In Velasquez's view, Islam's complete skill set and consistency make him one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport.
You know, the fighting goes, the training goes, all that. So I see Islam just continuously doing what he's doing, and that's winning impressively. He's somebody who's mastered all aspects of MMA.
Islam Makhachev remains confident as he moves forward, saying he wants to keep fighting, keep winning, and break more records. He believes the move to welterweight has made him enjoy the sport even more, but standing across from him is Ian Garry, a young and dangerous contender looking to create an upset. Islam trusts his experience, preparation, and complete skill set to handle the challenge.
Oh, I just gonna keep going, you know. I love the sports. I love how we travel with all brothers together, spend time, you know. I enjoy. Even now I moved to welterweight, no more cutting weight, and I enjoy the camp. I enjoy every moment, you know. I'm gonna still fighting, I'm gonna still winning and beat all records.
Ian Garry shows extreme confidence ahead of his fight against Islam Makhachev, believing he brings challenges Islam has never faced before. He says his height, speed, distance control, boxing, and takedown defense will create problems for the champion. Garry believes Islam may get him down, but he is confident he can survive and prove that he cannot be submitted.
He's never fought someone as long and tall as me. He's not fought someone as fast as me. He's not fought someone who has the distance management, the boxing capabilities, the head movement that I did, but also the takedown defense. He might get me down. I hope he does, because I want to prove to the world that he can.
Now it's your turn to decide. Do you agree with the UFC legends who believe Islam Makhachev will dominate, or do you think Ian Garry has the skills to shock the world? Drop your prediction in the comments and let us know who you think will win this massive showdown.